You may remember last year at this time at CES, we gave Beat TV the scoop on the launch of Virtually There, the USA Today Network's weekly VR show. That show did indeed launch last fall. We'll be publishing episode 12 this week, and the show has been a huge success by many metrics. We've built a loyal audience to the show already. Our shows are seeing millions of views by readers across devices. They're coming to us on the touch web and 360 experiences, utilizing cardboard, and all the way through the VR hardware space to Rift and Vive.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about the content.
Sure. So we've focused the VR storytelling of Virtually There around celebrating cultural occasions across America. So that included experiences like what was the experience of Burning Man like in virtual reality? We had experiences on slack lines, experiences where our readers were put into situations that were thrilling, engaging, and empathetic. In season 2, which we're currently shooting, we're going to focus on 3 content themes. Those are going to be VIP experiences, so what it's like to be backstage at a 4th of July fireworks show. We're going to focus on hardcore adventure experiences, so what it's like to be swimming with sharks or chasing tornadoes across America. And lastly, we'll also be focusing on American experiences like the American Ballet Theater. So we think the continuation of putting our readers into these thrilling first-person narratives in virtual reality will continue to build the audience to the show and build more engagement as we enter season 2.
Cool. So tell us what the opportunity is for the brands. I don't know if there's one particular media kit that you have or it's customizable, and of course it's all very new, but tell us how that goes.
Yeah, Virtually There season 1, we worked with 4 partners on the branded content side in virtual reality. Those included Toyota, Macy's, Amazon, and Alcatel. Very proud to have worked with those 4 partners. As far as VR ad product goes, we built what we think is one of the first VR ad products called the Cubemercial, in which each of those partners experienced in the show. We also worked with 10 advertisers throughout 2016 to help them tell stories using VR branded content as another ad product as well. You'll see us experiment more in innovative ad products in virtual reality in 2017, likely to include experiential VR for brands.
Great. So I wanted to ask you about the production side of it for the creative, for the agencies, for the brands. You guys have your own shop. It's expensive, it's complicated, it takes a lot of bandwidth. How can VR scale from a production standpoint?
Yeah, it's a great question, Andy, and it's one of the reasons we worked hard to build an ad product. So the reason that the Cubemercial was constructed was for us to be able to have a structure of an ad product that we actually could scale across multiple advertisers and multiple shows. So Cubemercial has been our first attempt at building a scaled ad product in virtual reality.
But what about the content side, and what are your, like, if you speak to someone, like oftentimes a publisher such as yourself will take creative from an agency,
yes,
or a brand directly. Are they up to that yet? Or in other words, when will the creative agency world or the brands themselves start producing content that, or is it all stuff that you guys do?
We feel that still in the somewhat early stages of virtual reality, courageous brands are stepping up, raising their hands and saying, we want to experiment with this. We see the engagement it creates with a viewer. And for the first wave of VR branded content, we actually shot that with our talent at Get Creative. And what we found is VR branded content and storytelling in virtual reality can be complicated, it can be longer in cycle and product development, but there are lighter ways to shoot and utilize VR as a storytelling device for brands too. So we've utilized everything from putting a mounted VR camera into the second seat of a Honda Indy car to show people what an experience of going over 200 miles an hour on a track is like. But then we've also traveled the world to shoot iconic experiences for a brand like Toyota too. So there's different ways we approach storytelling in VR, but we do it in a way that feels organic, exciting, and innovative for the brand we're working with.